Cardano has been ranging for the last few weeks now, but it looks like Cardano is approaching a time when it's going to have to make a decision whether it's going to break to the upside or to the downside. We've also got the latest news on Cardano as well as chart analysis in today's video. Hello guys, and welcome to the House of Crypto. I make videos on Ethereum, Cardano, as well as other cryptocurrencies. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash out that like and subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening in the cryptocurrency markets as it happens. Okay, so the most exciting piece of news today, probably for Cardano, is the market cap surpasses that of Coinbase. And probably one of the reasons behind that is that Coinbase obviously has a lot of holdings in Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. And obviously as the market recently has taken a bit of a drop, those big cryptocurrencies have probably dropped down Coinbase's market value as well. But what does that mean? You know, obviously Coinbase is a very well known about company. It's on the stock exchange. It's obviously being discussed. And obviously news like this will now bring Cardano into the limelight and will now shed a lot of light onto Cardano, which has been a little known currency for a lot of people in the world for a long time. So now, you know, we're going to start to see perhaps the sort of excitement and things which have driven the big price surge in Ethereum more recently, and we can probably see some of that coming into Cardano. Okay, so the market cap hit 49 billion and is $1.5 billion higher than the crypto exchange, which is listed on New York's NASDAQ. It's also more valuable now than the online gaming platform Roblox, and only trails telecommunications giant Vodafone by $2.5 billion. Okay, obviously this year we've seen a 750% surge. Now a lot of that is probably due to Bitcoin and pulling a lot of people into the cryptocurrency markets. Once people are kind of into the crypto market, they then start to learn about other cryptocurrencies. But then you're starting to get ADA being available on more popular platforms, Coinbase, as well as other platforms, etc., which is then giving it more and more light. Now, obviously, in recent weeks, we've seen a huge amount of volatility in the crypto market, and a lot of it has been down to one man in particular, being Elon Musk. However, he said originally that he was interested in Bitcoin for a number of the values that it possessed, but he was then later saying that he wasn't interested because of how it was potentially damaging the environment through a huge amount of electrical usage in the mining process. However, the Cardano founder, Charles Hoskinson, makes compelling cases for Tesla adopting ADA instead of Bitcoin. Okay, so Hoskinson is saying that Tesla should choose Cardano if it really cares about sustainability, and he's also been in talks and trying to get Elon Musk to come and meet with him to discuss the opportunity for Cardano to be involved with Tesla. And just think of the potential that Cardano would have in terms of its price surge and the amount of people that might jump on board if Cardano does manage to secure some sort of deal with Tesla. Massive carbon footprints concern regarding the energy-hungry proof-of-work consensus algorithm that Bitcoin relies on have been going on for years. Debates revolving around the top cryptocurrencies consumed ballooned after Tesla CEO Elon Musk announced in May that the electric car maker would stop accepting Bitcoin for payments. However, he did then later say that if he could find something that would take around 1% of the energy per transaction that Bitcoin had been using, then he would be looking to somewhere else. And lots of people have been suggesting XRP and also Cardano. He then later said that if you truly care about alternative energy, sustainability, carbon reduction, and carbon neutrality, you can't be in a system where there's no built-in mechanism to constrain the energy consumption. Okay, so obviously he's trying to create this situation. And in the past, you know, when we got Bitcoin off the ground with Elon Musk coming in, you had other big players in the game, such as Michael Saylor, inviting him in for a chat to get him involved into Bitcoin. And then later on, we saw him get involved. So it's only perhaps a matter of time that we might see Elon Musk having a look at things like Cardano. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour chart on Cardano. At the moment, we've been seeing Cardano getting squeezed into this pattern, and as we have seen with other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., that when they get squeezed into a position, eventually they will have to make a decision one way or the other. Now, I've drawn this orange pattern here because over a larger period of time, we kind of been working in this pattern. But we've also come down and we've now narrowed again further into this smaller consolidation pattern. And bearing in mind this is on the 4-hour, you know, within the next perhaps 24 hours, 48 hours, we are going to approach the end of this pattern. And that does mean that we're going to have to look to make a move in one direction or the other. In terms of where we see the bottom of this line, is very close to the bottom of the orange line, which would mean that a drop to the downside was somewhere, in the lines of, perhaps we take from the swing high to the swing low here, and that would then move us all the way down to here, which would be looking at around a 0.57. Now, in my mind, I don't really believe that we're perhaps going to see a drop quite that substantial. We've got significant amounts of support, and in the past, we've seen all this support level at around the 0.85. If it comes down to the 0.1, I think a dollar could well hold. But always bear in mind, things can actually move away from us very quickly if they are to fulfill these patterns and they are to break out as expected. Now if it can hold within this pattern, and it has been doing so more recently, and we can see perhaps it might come down, take another bounce before moving back to this upside, then we would like to see a breakout, and I think our next line of resistance would be up around the $1.7 level. Now, something interesting to look at is if we were to look at this dip here and this dip here, that would probably give us a height of around there, which is also the height of this pattern, which would then take us from a breakout point all the way back up roughly to this sort of level here where we got rejected around the 1.86. But what would be very important about that is it would break us out of this orange pattern, and therefore we would be in a much bigger breakout pattern potentially, which would then, we could be looking to crack through all-time highs again. If we were to come to where we potentially break out there, that would be seeing us breaking into all-time high territory at around the $2.66 level. Now, we obviously know that ADA does move sort of separately a bit from other cryptocurrencies, but ultimately Bitcoin is still the boss at the moment and is definitely going to play a big part in how the other cryptocurrencies are going to move, in my opinion. So it's very interesting to see what's happening over there. Still a bit of indecision. Has come back down after breaking out upside of a pattern. It's come back down. Whether it can come back down and have a solid retest, and before looking for some good volume. We need to look for good volume when we look at the edges of breakouts to confirm that it is a breakout and we're not just going to get faked out, which we have seen more recently. Now, if we take a swing high to the swing low using the Fibonacci tool, then we can see something quite interesting is playing out as well. And literally as we speak, we're still battling around the 0.382 level, having just pretty much in the last hour or so taken a bit of a rejection off of that. So in terms of where I see it going now, it does look like we're going to be dipping to the downside and possibly testing for a break to the downside. If we are to be able to break back towards the upside and avoid this potential dip, then we will really need to take a bounce off of here and break through the 0.382. I think what probably will come all the way back up to here if that happens, but in the very short term, things are looking a bit more bearish in my opinion. Obviously, things can go against what the charts are showing us, but as we can see, literally as we speak, we do appear to be taking a bit of a dip down to the downside. But however, looking at the 1 hour chart, something else is kind of interesting happening. We can see a rough falling wedge pattern happening like this, which actually ultimately is a bullish pattern. And if we are to push back to the upside, this could again see us move back towards an upside position. So it's all very uncertain at the moment. But as I mentioned, there's not much time at all to play out until we are going to get a decision whether we're going to be moving to the upside or to the downside. If we do get good support at this white line, then I will be looking to see it bounce back up to the $1.59 level approximately before hopefully testing and moving back towards the upside. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's Cardano update. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as smash up the like button, as it helps me get this content out to more people. Guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.